When I was at the Ministry of Defense, and I had the privilege to serve as a member of the National Security Council, and you served as a member of the Security Council when you're Minister of Foreign Affairs. If today I'm asked between Alshabaab and corruption, which is a threat to the national security of Kenya, without fear of contradiction, I say corruption is more of a threat to our security and our existence than Al-Shabaab, because Al-Shabaab, you can identify, you know their location, you know their capability, but corruption is the one that is killing our country. So, as I go to environment, from NEMA to forestry, at least, if you are hearing me and you sit here or you are somewhere and you have allocated yourself illegally some forest land, be warned if this committee approves me.
Jeanette?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have two questions for the nominee. One is, first, it is one of which is on him, one of the nominees that have come here, Mr. Speaker, and he said, if you approve me, I am carrying an axe on with my hand. I'm going to deal with people. This is very good because many people fear to give you a position. But having said that, Mr. Speaker, what do you think? One issue. What does he think is one issue, environmental issue of high consequence that the country should focus on? That you think, as a country, we should focus on this one environmental issue. Secondly, the government pronounced and said that they want to plant 15 billion trees by 2032. Is that achievable in your view? What do you think? What will be the criteria of achieving that? And lastly, you see, Mr. Speaker, we are now in a public forum. The public is listening to us. And the nominee, whom I know very well, who was our majority leader for many years, whom we found in Parliament, is somebody who does not mince his words, somebody who speaks his mind. He said that there are people who have grabbed land, especially the Lua forest, and they are public people. There are some of them in high government offices and others even in Parliament. Could he share with us who those people could be, so that we also know that maybe where we are sleeping is maybe not a forest? Maybe some of us are living inside a forest, Mr. Speaker, so we can start packing before he's approved.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Junet has asked me 3 questions. The first question was, what is this one thing that is serious and a threat to our environment? Mr. Speaker, as I said earlier, environment, the place of environment is in our preamble of the Constitution. Environment has been cited in Article 42 of the Constitution, that every Kenyan has a right to secure and clean environment. Article 69 of the Constitution talks about citizen rights on environmental issues. And even Article 70, Mr. Speaker, it is very explicit that if the state or any other actors violate the environmental rights of citizens, it says they can go to a court of law. So public participation, stakeholder engagement, citizens' right is very key to environment. But with these rights to the environment comes with responsibility. All of us have a responsibility to protect and preserve our heritage, which is our environment. Three critical things, Honorable Junet, that we are facing as a country. We are facing pollution, very serious, both air and water. We have serious pollution. I am sure some of the members and the citizens listening to me, our air is polluted by industries, by noise pollution, Then you come to our rivers. Our rivers, our oceans are polluted. Mr. Speaker, the three rivers that originate from Honorable Ichungwa's constituency, it's called the Ondiri Swamp. By the time, because of the sewage and all the other things that they pass through, the Athi, the Madare, the Ngong rivers, is completely polluted. The second thing, Honorable Junet, is our biodiversity. Our biodiversity.
But from Dagoretti, the origin is very clean.
Yes. Yes, Honorable. Thank you for that information. Yeah, the origin is clean, but it's very subjective, so we need to go with you and check. So biodiversity. A lot of the biodiversity, whether big, small, our heritage, are finishing. How are they finished? Through agriculture. Even the small insects, through agriculture, through road constructions. You know, infrastructure is a big threat. And then the most now I can pick it, Honorable Junet, is how we manage our waste. The waste management in our country and in our counties is in very dire situation. The law has been passed by this House. MCA of 1999, various amendments, even the coding of our waste. It's a household responsibility. Honorable Deputy Speaker, for example, if I pick her, in her own house, she's supposed to have 2 different coded bags, one for the wet waste and one for the dry waste. The person picking it is supposed to have 2 different trucks. When it goes to Dandora's site, it's supposed to have where he can deliver the dry, where it can be recycled, and where he can deliver the organic, where it can be used for fertilizer and many, many things. So those 3 issues, and also the waste management, I think is something that I will maybe later explain we must deal with. The 15 billion tree planting, Ethiopia did 30 billion. Ethiopia is a country that we can be proud of, we can learn a lot. I am ready to go to Ethiopia. I'm ready to walk the talk, help the president, talk to citizens, use leaders who are here. Leaders, stakeholders are very, very important. These tree planting, members of parliament are very, very important. It's not about taking a chopper, planting few trees, you don't know who takes care about them. In fact, the problem is, it's not about, it's planting and then making sure the tree grow. So there is planting and growing. So members of parliament, all of us, the private sector, the public sector, the communities at home, will help us.
Thank you. This time around, I'll start with Miss Caleb. I've been petitioned by Mishi and Mukami that I change tax in